to Coach's Corner, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. This is the Four-Wheel Drive Show, and we talk about all the guys from Syracuse. As you can see behind me, Timmy Green and Jamie Kimmel are up top in the back truck. Pendock is right there. Billy, he's below me, and Blaze Winter to my right on the screen. Four-Wheel Drive Show. We talk about virtues, talk about different subjects. And thank you for watching. This is brought to you by Sandy Sansing Chevrolet. We'll see Sandy Sansing here in Pensacola, over in Milton with the Miltonites over there, or Foley over in Baldwin County. You'll see Sandy Sansing. This is an interesting subject today, guys. Thanks for being on the show. There's been a lot of decisions on fourth down lately, and I wanted to address it and see why these head coaches are making that decision. Okay, let's start out with Alabama's down 3-0 late in the first quarter, and Coach DeBoer decided to go for it on 4th and 1 at his own 35-yard line. Number one was a poor decision for these reasons here. Number one, even if you get a first down, you're still on your own 36. You're not even in scoring position. You still have to get 4 or 5 first downs and drive down the field. Number two, the chances of getting a first down are slim on that fourth down play. Number three, you deflate the defense because you're putting them in a bad spot. And then they have to run out there and try to hold the other team to a field goal in a bad position with a bad mindset. It's not a good place to put your players. And number four, the most important, and this is the one gifting them the big Mo. You cannot give them momentum. Now, they may earn momentum, and they may get momentum by earning it. But you can't just hand it to them because the whole momentum shifted, and it makes the opposing team earn points by driving down. And Coach Bryant said it. In 1960, this is how to build a championship football team. Before he won. Thank you, Sharon Hall, for giving that. I love you for that, baby. Thank you. Hey, he talked about 1960 before he won his first national title. Okay, he talks about it, and in there he talks about the benefits of the quick kick and how it flips the field on people. Because number one, he said, there's a chance of first down on fourth down is slim. Okay, he's third now. His is 3rd and long. Okay. He quick kicked on 3rd and long. Chances of getting first down are slim on 3rd and long. Okay. Number two, he flipped the field. Okay. There's no returner back there. So in other words, there isn't anybody to catch it and gain some yards. There isn't anybody to catch it and score a touchdown. There isn't anybody to catch it and get a chunk return. Number three, there is no chance of any of that happening. Puts defenses in a better place when you have them backed up, and you have to make them earn it. He said it in that book. Back them up and make them earn it. Now, Billy,
I'll tell you.
Billy, I wasn't a smart coach, man. I mean, I really wasn't. I wasn't a genius with the X's and O's or anything like that. But I did take advantage of the other team's coaches making a bad decision.
And I'm going to tell you this, Paulie, that all those were great points. And the one point that sticks out in my mind, and I never thought about this till you mentioned it, the quick kick. We use that a ton in college. Blaze, do you remember us quick kicking on 3rd down?
Yeah, I do. I do some of the time for sure. Do you hear me?
Yeah, Dick McPherson used that.
Yes.
And I remember it vividly. How
was it Brett Zittler, the one who did it?
Yeah,
I remember it
multiple times. Now, and as you said, maybe Alabama doesn't win the game. Maybe they do, but the biggest thing is you got your defense sitting on the bench, and next thing you know, you're defending the end zone at the 35-yard line. And and we all played defense. All three of us have played there, and we've all felt that feeling in running out on the field and feeling like your back's against the wall, and it's not a great feeling. It just isn't.
Right.
You play way more freely when you're on the other side of that 50-yard line.
Plus you gain you punt and play defense, and you got to have confidence in your defense that the other team's not going to drive all the way down the field. When you give them the ball in your territory, they don't even have to go anywhere to get points. They can kick a 50-yard field goal nowadays. On first down, you're just giving them points, and they're giving them momentum. Like you said, the momentum, the crowd gets in it. The players are all pumped. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the number one part of football that is communicated the least, but is the most important is, where is the momentum? Where's the momentum? I mean, people are missing how important it is when you're on top of it. There's a sense of we can't be defeated, and now you're throwing that out the window. That's number one. The momentum is so critically important. It's unfair to the defense, and for some reason, the broad picture is there seems to be a real attempt to eliminate special teams. I mean, if we really think about it, we're talking about going for it on fourth down, but in general, with people going for it the way they are, it's a statement about punting and punt returning. And there's a statement being made about just the kickoff and the return. And there seems to be a real hard push toward, minimizing special teams and letting offensive defense.
No. Time out. Let me jump in, Billy. You keep your thought, Billy. I got to talk about this. I think they're wearing a mask they want to make it safer. They do want to make it safer, but they're not. That's not making it. It's making it a little bit safer, but they're not trying to take. I don't think they're trying to take it out. I think the kickers and the return team have always been a part of it, but them making it safer is just a mask because they are not taking care of the players that have been injured in the NFL. We can do a show on all that itself, but I think you can't take the special teams out of football. It's too important.
Well, you minimize them by going for it on fourth down, trying and not getting the field position that you want. You really are not speaking the same way about it that we are used to. Field position was critically important. Gaining an advantage by gaining 40, 50 yards was critically important to the outcome of the game. And now when people are throwing that out the window and saying, we're going to push our way to a first down, we're really taking the quality of the game and all the dimensions, in my opinion, and we're throwing it to the wind and saying that, hey, people like Hester are not important anymore.
Well,
because we're going to go for it on fourth down. We're going to go for it. And I think in the long run, nobody's trying to eliminate it, but they are trying to minimize it.
Yeah, but why are they trying to go for it? That's the problem. That's the whole question. They shouldn't be going for it because punting is not a bad thing. That's the problem. They think a punt is a terrible, we can't punt the ball to give it to the other team. No. That's the problem. It's a whole mindset that punting is bad. Punting
they're turning into that it's a bad play when it's one of the greatest plays. And these punters can put the ball 60 to 70 yards in the air. They're not what they used to be with 30 or 40. They're going 50, 60, 70 yards in the air. And wow, does that help your team or what?
Billy.
When we talk about this subject, whenever, I don't watch a lot of football. I don't watch a lot pro football, hardly at all, a little bit of college. They talk about one thing, the announcers you hear from, 4th down and 2, 4th down and 1. It's all about analytics now. Okay?
Yeah. Well
That's
said.
what they talk about now. What does the computer say? And it's analytics. Now, I'm not a computer guy. I don't know if you guys are. I wouldn't know what's right or what's wrong. I mean, but it's just a different day with sports and football now. It was never like that. If it was 4th and 1, even on the 45, 48-yard line, think about it. We always punted the ball. I mean, you always punted. It was never a question. But it's just
Billy, that is so well said about analytics. It rules the world. I mean, I hear from my musician son daily that the analytics control the fan base, the results, and oh man, I guess I'm just too stupid to really understand how that all works. I just like field position. I like gaining yardage.
Yeah, computers, we tolerate them, especially the people at our age, but they don't understand that computers are not thinkers. They're not emotional. They don't know what's going on in the stadium, what the weather is like,
the momentum,
the crowd, where the crowd is, where you are mentally. They can't take all those intangibles into an analytic percentage. You just don't.
No. But Paulie, you watch probably more football than me and Blaze put together. Think about the announcers. And I've heard it every time I watch it. The analytics say you go for it. That's what they base their decisions on now as head coaches.
Right.
Yeah, Billy, that is so brilliant on your part. I don't think that way.
I don't think the analytics said to go for it on 4th and 1 at your own 35. That was
no.
I don't know where you can find that.
All right. Let me give you another example, and I'll turn it into math. So maybe I can analytically explain my point of view on this. Okay. I coached in high school for years. I had this head coach that for about 3-4 years straight, he just onside every single kickoff we ever had. Onside kick. Okay. Now wait a minute. I put some numbers to this. Okay. And so I wanted to be, analytically correct. All right. So he'd onside kick, and we were scoring 35 points a game. So we were averaging 5 touchdowns a game. So we would kick off to them 6 times a game and onside kick it. They get the ball at the 50. Now, instead of kicking it deep and getting the ball at the 20, okay, because we had pretty good kickers. In high school, you can bounce it down there. They ain't going to get it too far past the 20. All right, get it down there to the 20. So 6 times 30 yards, right? Subtract the 50-yard line to the 20-yard line. 30 times 6, that's 180 yards per game that we gave them just for the chance of getting one extra possession 1 out of 10 times. 18 first downs, Blaze. Yeah. Our defense gave up 18 first downs every game, and we still won. We still won the majority of our games. We went to the playoffs every year. Why would you give the other team 180 yards before they even snap the ball?
Which brings up a couple points. Number one, like you said, if you don't have a kicker, that might be the option. In high school football up here, if you have a good kicker and he does get it in the end zone, they start on the 20. Now we're back to analytics now.
Yeah.
You think about how many high school teams can go 80 yards to score a touchdown.
Right.
I don't know.
Exactly. Man, that's the point. That's the point. That's what Coach Bryant talked about in his book, man. You get them down there, and eventually they're going to make a mistake if they drive 80 yards. If they have to drive 30 yards, guess what? They're not going to make as many mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah, on top of that, it's always been about the turnover margin. Also, I mean, the fact that the minimization of a lot of yardage, is it driven also, Billy, by and Trip by, hey, what is the turnover position on that play? What is the analytics? What is the chances that we really, in the long run, are not going to gain yardage but lose yardage, or lose the ball?
Well, the other thing is you got a team. Paulie's high school team. You look at it. You got a team that's kicking onside every kickoff. You don't think other coaches know that? They're preparing for that. They're putting their hands team up on that front line and preparing for that. So that turnover ratio, when you look at the analytics again, drops way down.
Yup, exactly. Good point, Billy. I didn't even think about that. Great point. Yeah.
Billy, man, you're on fire today, brother. You are on fire. Hell, man, I am just so old school with the basics, and I know they're not doing it that way. They're doing it by way of a computer system. They're evaluating personnel the same way, and it's not just, hey, is your blood pumping hard because you have a heartbeat? I mean, it's not about the things that we grew up with. At least I prioritize. I still recruit players that have fucking desire and a heart. Yes, what are the chances they'll see it through? Analytics say they're not going to if they don't have this size, this height, this weight. And I'm just, I'm so disengaged from
the heart,
football.
The character of the guy, the heart. Billy, go ahead.
Right. One more point. Well, Blaze brought up a great idea. One more point. I don't know if you guys watched movies. North Dallas 40. It's an old movie, way back.
Way back.
And you're watching this team. It's a fictional movie about a professional football team. This is probably film Nick Nolte, Mac Davis. This is back in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, a long time ago.
They're having a team meeting. The head coach goes in the back room and pulls out a shitload of computer paper. And he's talking to them about the analytics of what we should do and what we should do. That was back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, well, analytics and computers, they can't measure a guy's heart. And that's
exactly.
That's the problem.
You guys got to watch the movie. It's phenomenal movie.
All right, guys. Thanks for a great show.
Great job, Billy and Trip. Thank you.
Yeah, think about it, man. They'll be going for it on 4th and 1 for crying out loud. That's ridiculous. Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, it's great to see you guys. Hey, Happy New Year. Have a good
Happy New Year to you guys too, man. Thanks for being you. See you later. Peace. Man, that was a good show. 4th and 1. Analytics, throw them out the window. Come on. Computer can't read a person's heart. Huh? Even humans, even other coaches have a hard time with that. But it's all about the heart. It's all about the will. Next week, we'll tackle another subject. Everybody have a great sports week. Stay tuned for these great messages. Without them, this just wouldn't be possible. God bless everybody. So long.
When it comes to buying your next car, truck, or SUV, you need a team that puts you first. Here at the Sandy Sansing dealerships, we're proud to serve Pensacola and the Gulf Coast with the best selection, trusted service, and deals that work for your family. Just like great coaches build great teams, Sandy Sansing builds lasting relationships with every customer who walks through our doors. Because when it comes to finding your next vehicle, there's only one name to remember. Sandy Sansing can.
25 years of service in high tech today. It's Pensacola Glass Company at 433-8348. High tech is a term often applied to advanced services and products in today's marketplace. And today, glass is much more than the simple painted brittle, see-through stuff we hit baseballs through when we were kids. Glass is now a product with unique flexibility in both performance and application. And Pensacola Glass Company is growing right along. That's Pensacola Glass Company at 433-8348.
Are you riding around in a filthy vehicle? Dirty car no more. Visit Ronnie's Car Wash today to get it shining in no time. They have 3 convenient locations with another coming soon. The unlimited monthly wash packages start as low as $14.95 per month with free vacuums, multi-purpose spray and towels. Visit them in Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, and soon Crestview. Don't wait, wash today. Be sure to see Ronnie's Car Wash on Facebook to see the latest specials and discounts. You'll be riding and shining in no time.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We sell fun for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.
Over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.